have time if you're selling, or if you even wanted to drive in here. My friend Connie, she's Potawatomi. She drove us up here, and she just got here, so that means that she had a long way to walk.
I watched a few things on the way.
Finding a place to park. So I'm thinking that maybe you could make it an annual thing. And Elmer Yazzie wanted to come too, but he got miscommunication on when and where. And he wants to be here too. Remember Elmer Yazzie, painter? I don't know if Richard T. Yazzie's around.
He's in Gallup.
He's in Gallup. We should go to Gallup.
Alive and well.
But I think that we get a lot more people if we had it at a different time and a different place. And even Aggie, hi OC, eh? And Monica, holy cow, you're just old, huh? I'm sorry. I guess that's what you say when you haven't seen somebody for 40 years, right? 50 years. Yeah. Damn. Anyway, I think we still like to say though, huh? We get in trouble for it a lot. Here's to all of us, huh? You have a drink? Anyway, there's food in here, and picture taking and whatever. I don't know. We're not really organized for this. We just wanted to get together. Yeah, Jim. Yes. See something at us.
I'll be like you. I don't know what I could possibly say except that you guys just started it all. And you just changed the world for so many people. Not just yourselves, but your families and your homes. So many of us that have the experience that you brought with us into the world. And that you gave it to us. And it's all over the world now. Even though a lot of our blessed co-workers and things are gone, they're here. They're right here with us. I think we all know that. And whatever we do, they'll always be with us. And that's why you're here, Dr. Martin, because this is a very special time for so many of us. And maybe you'll be able to offer us a space when the time comes to meet or something. At least there'll be better parking.
we have the space, yes. Yeah. Anytime.
Yeah.
We would be honored.
It's amazing to see Monica all the way down from Washington and Agnes. And my goodness, it's just, you know, it's like being born for a few minutes again. And as I said earlier, you're the seeds, and you sprouted and you bloomed. It's the garden. That's what it is. Yeah. It's the field. And when I can't see much else except thank you. You don't know.
Did Bill here?
No, I saw him downstairs a few minutes ago. I'm not new. I'm in my 5th year.
You're just getting started.
I'm just getting started. I just want to welcome you guys here. I'm just so happy you're meeting here. And I just walked in. You're going to continue your meeting somewhere, I heard, or at the campus. Or?
They're talking about an annual gathering. We'd certainly like to support that in any way that we can.
And we're happy to host it here too. So. You should visit campus if you've not been out there in a while, though. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I want to thank Bill Souza for...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Patsy Phillips. I'm Cherokee from Oklahoma. I was born on the Cherokee Nation, Tahlequah, and I was raised in Oklahoma. And before I came here, I was at the Smithsonian's National Museum of the American Indian. So now I've been here for a while, and I'm just happy to be here and that you guys are here. Richard Ray, come see me before you leave, okay? Are y'all meeting till 4? Do y'all there's drinks and stuff? Sherman, is Sherman here? Oh, there you are. Yeah, come see me too. You two guys, okay? I'll see you. Bye, have fun.
Richard Aitson.
Yeah. Introduce yourself to the years you were here.
69. 69.
Did it all in 1 year.
Get him.
Full name.
Richard Aitson. Well, that's all I got. I'll call.
And then how much did you weigh when you
Clean or unclean? Before a bath or?
Who are these people?
Oh, yeah. Benita Teventhal, Shane, Utah. Louise Harrison, Shine Up. And Terry Williams. He's the only one in the group who's gone. Oh, the only one. Hard that tie, those wing tips.
She's here now. We'll soon back here.
I tried the day after, a year before I came. I was in Anchorage about a couple of years ago, or was it last year, December? And what's his name? The Eskimo guy.
There's Hank Goldman.
Who's that? Hank Goldman, huh?
Oh,
Dennis
oh,
Goldman up there?
Another one. John somebody.
John Kaluuya.
Yeah,
John
he was in the
Kaluuya.
hospital, and I went and visited him, and he freaked out.
He was later sued.
Oh, yeah.
He was there.
Yeah.
71 is the last time I seen him.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these people stayed on, but most of them were gone.
I want to add that I sent these photographs to BJ so she could put this PowerPoint together, and all these photos we have on the Facebook site or page. Al Youngman started the page, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago. And then I took over the admin of it recently, and the title of the Facebook, our page is IA 60s Artists. So any guys use Facebook, just go there and you can see all these photos, a lot of communications between our group, and we're trying to reach out and communicate with more of our group.
That's, Josephine Wyatt and Operator. Lewis Ballard, James McGrath,
Ralph Partington.
Ralph Partington,
Carson Bushman.
Seymour Tubus.
There's some McGrath, I remember.
Big Indian.
There's
Mr.
McGrath. Lewis Ballard.
There's a real McGrath.
Neil Parsons.
Sherman, Miss Webb is still with us too, right? She's almost
Yeah.
100.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Wyatt just celebrated her 100th birthday
I have to
2
be
3 months
worker
ago.
for you.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, what's up with that? What was that? What was the lady's name?
What was that, Neil Parsons, William Diaz?
Dealing is Terry Schubert, and Tubitz. That's my home.
Oh, yeah, mine.
What would have happened with Kate Weiss since she was the photography teacher? I mean, I could see where she would have a lot of archival.
Yes, and we got the archives or put it in the museum collection. I mean, it's here.
Oh.
But she took pictures of everything, every time.
Arthur Boyle, huh? That's a good one, Sherman.
Too spiritual, but you know, we were part of a family. We were lucky
come together back then in the 60s, you know. In my world, the world of dance and music, it's like there's a certain spirit that I've always wanted to express from my own personal feelings. And in the 1960s, we remember freedom in a different way. We look at Santa Fe, we think about the movement that was going on, the hippie movement that was going on here in Santa Fe, and Ginsberg. You remember a lot of these people that came to the Institute, had a kind of a, not necessarily an influence, but kind of supported us in many ways. Many of us, I kind of look at art back then, it was like a train. Each car had a different discipline, whether it was sculpting, you look at Mr. Hauser, and Tubis, you look at Mrs. Wapp. Everybody that had a different discipline. Each of you, I think, has expressed it in your own form. I look at dance, my discipline is more than a profession, it's a way of life. And I think that spirit, all of you have captured it in your own way, in your own discipline. Back then we were lucky because we could jump on any one of those cars in that train and know that the instructors we had were the best in our field. And they gave us the opportunity, the freedom to express ourselves. You know, I came from kind of a traditional background, and I also respected Mr. Hauser. I looked at an opportunity to learn from the best, to try and capture a spirit that very hard to put on canvas, very hard to put into our world, our own discipline. Through the years, I've admired and respected each and every one of you here. I've bumped into a few of you here and there. Alfie is seen in Canada, BJ 30 years ago. Again, my buddy Albert, I see him in ceremony. Everybody kind of has their own discipline, their own spirit. Again, recognizant of each other that is here. I admire and I respect each of you. My brother Kevin here, Alfie, Robert, you know, all these guys have been an influence. Shmuel, you know, have been tremendous influence in my life. I've taken art in a different form, took it to traditional dance, became what I became. I think that each of you have your own testament through your own works, through your own writings. Listening to Bruce here, reading some of his material, it brings back a lot of memories. It brings a certain kind of feeling that we all had back then. Walking into fine arts building, recognizing, looking at Richard Yazzie, Guy Nez, looking at all their artwork. Benny Martinez, Tony Sandoval, Gray Covo. A lot of these guys, some of them are still around. I bump into them because powwow kind of touches every profession, and they all wish they could be here. You know, some of them committed to other responsibilities, ceremony, what have you. But I have to say again, back in the 1960s, IIA was a home to me. When I saw what was left out there, I had a tear in my eye. I think each and every one of us felt that way. I stopped by the Indian Hospital and I looked down the street, and all I could still see the memory of everybody walking down from South Dorm. Touched my heart. It felt bad. I thought about all the work, the dining hall, all those paintings that went down, the memories. Alfie and I would go back many, many years. The golden era.
All those make-out trees are gone.
But again, like I said, it's hard to express. It's hard to express what I learned, what I saw. And people ask, you know, what do you remember of the Institute? There's so much. You take a day to try and recall. And again, I'm very respectful and thankful that good to see you guys again. We come together in good feelings and good spirit. We hope it'll continue. Continue because I personally feel that you are the original. You're the one that created that movement back then in the 60s. Today I still see carbon copies trying to copy what was created by each and every one of you here today. Each of you created in your own discipline a niche in my world as well as the Indian world. And again, to capture something, what you did, it'll never be. It'll never be. I see what they try to do out here in the festival and market, but it touches my heart because I feel bad. Some of these guys are gone, but you left a mark. You left a mark that I don't think it'll ever be touched again. I look at my brothers, Richard, you know, I bump into them once in a while, many of my Navajo brothers. Tend to feel that sometimes they were jumped over, they were skipped. I think all of you that were back in the 60s remember walking into their studio, their little cubicle, and admired their paintings. Nobody could touch what I saw back then. And then thanks to Kevin, Earl, and Alfie, Bill, kind of created a movement, contemporary art. Austin, a lot of the guys that I look up to. A movement now today that, but yet there's still that discipline of tradition that I see. Tradition that, you know, coming from the old school. I've always been old school and always will probably continue to be. But again, I think of each of you. Every time I look at art or I pick up a book, geez, do I see any of my brothers in there? You know? Any of my sisters? I look at dance the same way. And last time I saw, I remember BJ coming out fancy dancing. And a lot of the guys back then, Mrs. Wapp's class. And Mrs. Wapp, you know, she's 100 years old. She's still kicking, doing a good job. You see her? She's doing it. She's still doing it. And again, her message is still the same, to continue. And I think that each of you, your own discipline, the best in my field, I respect each and every one of you as the best in your field. Again, I find it an honor to be sitting here and recalling the days. Again, I'm humbled. I hope.
I have this book I bought, and I want everyone to sign it somewhere. It's Rich Sheldon's book, but we'll sign it anyway. It wasn't my most important book. You can sign it in the back if you want.